Hello guys and welcome back everybody. Today guys, new video and I'm gonna show you the best pairs that I choose for next week. Hopefully guys, next week will be a good week because I need to recover all the losses that I had in the past 2 weeks. I need to bring back to break even my FTMO challenge and my live account, which is the account that I'm gonna try to flip from 100 to 10k. Right now I'm at $70, so let's bring that back to 100 and then we'll see if I have to start or not the 100 to 10k challenge, which will be something that will change completely my trading, I believe. Then guys, I'm 1% in drawdown on my new challenge, which is the Fiverr's 10k challenge. Guys, I'm gonna document everything right here on YouTube, so please guys, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe because we're almost at 2k. And as I said, at 2k I might start the 100 to 10k series. So guys, now I'm gonna show you the best pairs that I choose for next, with the first one being USD CAD. USD CAD guys, as I said in the last video, I took this beautiful trade. If you wanna see why I took this trade, please go check the previous video. This week guys, I'm gonna be interested in buys, even if the weekly right now is bearish with my analysis, because we were creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So now we are bearish on the weekly time frame. The daily, now for most of you this market may seem to be bearish. Well, it's not. Why it isn't? Because guys, if I delete this area of interest right here, you can see that we were bearish. Yes, in fact we were bearish. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, with this one here guys being the higher low. So right now on the daily time frame we are clearly, let me bring back the box, we are clearly bullish. We had this beautiful bullish engulfing, 2 days consolidating. Now we're gonna see the push to the upside. So now on the daily we are bullish. What is the 4 hour doing? The 4 hour guys, as you guys can see, it's bullish. Why is that? Because we were creating higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, still in between the range, higher high. We are still at a higher high, so we are still bullish because we didn't body close under this level and we didn't body close above this level. So right now we are bullish. Let me bring back the box. Okay, so we are bullish on the daily and the 4 hour. We have 2 time frames in sync. Weekly bearish, but we have the daily bullish and 4 hour bullish. What else do we have in this box right here? We have the daily previous structure point, which is this box, this point here. The daily time frame, we have the previous structure point as well, which is this one right here, or you can tell it's the other one. So you have the previous structure point on the 4 hour as well. What I'm gonna wait for this market to do is a bullish engulfing to then take the trade to the upside guys. 1 hour time frame, it's bullish right now, so yeah, I'm gonna wait for a bullish engulfing retest of the EMA, which is the moving average, and support and resistance. So I'm gonna wait for break above the structure point right there, retest of the EMA, and then I'm gonna take the trade to the upside. Guys, if I had to delete this box right here to make even something more intraday, I'm gonna have to see this beautiful zone used as support and resistance on the 4 hour time frame. So we would have this area of interest here. We then rejected this area of interest here, which is more of an intraday trading area of interest. Rejection from this. Now we can take the trade with the stop loss below this area of interest. But guys, as you know, we have weekly and daily area of interest. What area of interest is this one here on the weekly time frame guys? Is this beautiful 1, 2, 3, let's say 4 touches area of interest used as a resistance before. Now it's gonna use that one as a support. As you see guys, we had this big push to the downside on this week, then we had 1 week that was slow, another slow week, so now I expect something like this right there, because when we have a big push to the downside, you always have to expect a bullish candle to the upside, like we did have here. Look guys, here we went bearish for a lot of weeks, then we had the push to the upside. The same exact thing here, we had a big push to the downside. Now what did we have here? A big push to the upside. I can even go here, look, big push to the downside, bullish candlestick to the upside, right here, to the downside, to the upside, to the upside, to the downside. Once you have a big push, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, expect to have the other thing right there. So this is my first pair for next week. Beautiful pair guys, it's one of my favorite for next week. I believe it's my favorite. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for 1 hour bullish engulfing that engulfs above this one, retest of DMA, to then take the trade to the upside, stop loss 30 pips maybe, okay? Then the take profit would be at the daily structure, which is right there. Let me put a line so I know that the take profit would be there. Okay, the first take profit, because as I said, I will set and forget more, because if I held my trades more, I would have already passed the challenge, but it's okay, we learn from mistakes. So yeah, this was USD CAD. Now I'm gonna show you guys AUD JPY, which is my second pair. Now let's see. AUD JPY on the weekly time frame, we are clearly bearish. Daily bearish as well, with this one here being lower high, lower low. 4 hour is bullish. 4 hour is clearly bullish. So what I'm gonna wait for this one here to do is, we all had the pullback to this area of interest here on the weekly. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches on the weekly time frame. Daily 1, 2, 3, 4. We had a lot of touches on the daily, but I do believe that, as you guys can see here on this area of interest we are right now, which is this one here, we always had a rejection from the area of interest above it, and then the rejection from this one here. So whenever price went to this area of interest and used it as a resistance, we always rejected from the area of interest above this one. So I'm gonna expect something like this, something like a pullback to this area of interest here, rejection from the other area of interest, so something like this. I'm gonna wait for the pullback to that area of interest, rejection from that one, retest to this one here, to then take the trade to the downside, because we did that in the past. Maybe I'm wrong and this one here doesn't do the retest of this area of interest, so I might take the trade from this one here. So I'm gonna take the trade after I'm gonna get some confirmations. So I'm gonna wait for the break and retest out of this zone here to then take the trade to the downside, because we need confirmation, because the price maybe will go up there, who knows. So yeah, this will be my second pair, which is AUD JPY. Now let's see my third pair, which is AUD CAD. AUD CAD, we had a bullish weekly candlestick, we had a big retracement to this area of interest used as a support before. 1, 2, 3 touches used as support. On the daily time frame, we had a big push to the upside. Now we rejected the EMA, the 50 EMA. We are at this area of interest where is for a break and retest out of this area of interest here to then take the short to the downside. Beautiful trade, is quite similar to AUD JPY, but we don't have any area of interest to the upside. So as I said before, break, retest to then go to the downside. We also have, guys, the round psychological level 85, 88, 500 is a price where banks and institutions sell or buy. We rejected from this round psychological level multiple times, so I'm gonna expect the break, retest to then take the trade to the downside. Beautiful trade, beautiful opportunity for next week. I believe this one here will have a kinda big push to the downside, let me be honest. I believe it's gonna engulf these two previous weekly candlesticks and maybe even this one here to create a bigger lower low. Who knows? Let's see what the market will bring to us. Now guys, I'm gonna show you my fourth pair for next week, which is a beautiful pair, and I believe that it will play out in our favor, which is Euro USD. Euro USD, on the weekly time frame, we are clearly bearish. We did slow down quite a bit, creating these rejections from this level right here, which is a level of resistance used before. You see guys, we did a rejection on the monthly from that level there. Weekly slowed down a little bit. It had this big candlestick to the upside, a blue candlestick that was even slower than the other one, red candlestick that created a big wick to the upside and a wick to the downside. This is a doji candlestick. Daily time frame, the daily has slowed down a little bit. Now I believe it's gonna have the retest of this area of interest right there on the weekly time frame, the retest of the area of interest, so the pullback to that area of interest. Daily is bullish as well, the 4 hour is not. So I'm interested in a sell to the downside because the 4 hour is now bearish. We had the rejection from the previous structure point right there. We had a rejection. We have this beautiful area of interest on the 4 hour uses resistance, support and resistance. So now I'm gonna wait for a little pullback to the upside to the area of interest. So I'm gonna wait for the weekly candlestick to create that wick to the upside. Then I'm gonna wait for the entry signal on the 1 hour time frame, which is a bearish engulfing candlestick because we already are bearish, and on the 30 minutes we are bearish as well. So I'm gonna wait for something like this, guys. Look, I'm gonna wait for a little pullback to the upside to create that weekly wick to the upside, then another small shift of structure to show me a bearish momentum and a rejection from that area of interest. So I'm gonna look for something like this right here. I'm gonna look for something like this to then take the trade to the downside. I'm gonna be more conservative on this trade, so after I'm gonna take a 1 to 2, I'm gonna put my alarm. So let's see, this is the 1 to 2. I'm gonna put the alarm there to watch the market and see if it can continue going to the downside, because we can get a 1 to 3 or even more, because it has a big potential to the downside to retest this area of interest here on the weekly. So yeah, this was Euro USD. I believe it has a massive potential to go to the downside. A little counter trend trade. I always like them. As you guys can see on USD CAD, I used USD CAD, guys. Fun fact about me is the pair with the most trades in it and the most winning trades, because guys, I have took 3 trades on USD CAD and all of them are winning trades. So I have a 100% win rate on USD CAD, and hopefully this one here will be also a winning trade. So I was talking about counter trend trades. Look guys, I used to take them on this pair because I took this counter trend trade here which gave me a 1 to 2. I also took this one here, and this one here is not a counter trend, but these 2 were counter trend trades. So let's see on Euro USD if this one here can play in our favor. Then guys, I have GBP NZD. GBP NZD on the weekly, most of you will say that this one here is bullish, but in fact is bearish because this was the higher low, higher high. Now this is the lower low because we body closed below the higher low. So now this one here is bearish. Daily time frame is bearish as well, with this one here, being the lower high, lower low. So what I'm gonna wait for this one to do is to retest this area of interest on the daily, used as resistance, resistance, and resistance, which is also an area of interest on the 4-hour time frame, used as support and resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance. So what I'm gonna wait for this one here to do is a little pullback to the upside, show me strong rejection from the area of interest, then take the trade to the downside. I believe this one here will be an easy trade to take, guys. Beautiful trade, beautiful pair, and let's see if we can catch this sell to the downside, because the take profit will be at the first take profit will be at this structure point here on the daily. Then of course I'm gonna set and forget more, so maybe it can even go down here on 4-hour structure, so maybe this one here, which is a 1 2 3, but I'm gonna put a 1 2 2 for now to then see if it has more bearish momentum. So yeah, this was GBP NZD. We have two similar trades, which are a Euro USD and GBP NZD, which are more an intraday trade, day trade. So yeah, now let's see Euro CHF. Euro CHF on the weekly time frame, we are bearish. We had a push to the upside, 2 weekly candlestick to the upside. We have this area of interest here in this kinda choppy market, which has support, resistance, resistance, and when we go to the left, we don't have anything left. So daily time frame, this beautiful zone used as support, resistance, support, support, resistance, 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 resistance. And now guys, I'm gonna wait for this one here to use it again as a support. So what I'm gonna wait for a bearish daily candlestick to the downside, retest of the area of interest to then take the trade to the downside. So what I'm gonna wait for, the break and retest out of this area of interest. Beautiful. I believe this area of interest is beautiful, even on the 4-hour is clean. Look at these clean structure points, guys. When an area of interest has some clean structure points like this one here, these guys are clear structure points. Even on the 4-hour, 1 2 3 4, clean touches. So I'm gonna wait for the 4-hour to complete these head and shoulders, which is this one here, guys, is kinda a head and shoulder pattern. Look, left, head. Now I'm gonna wait for the break out of this structure point there, break, retest of this area of interest to then go to the downside. So I'm gonna wait for the break, a bearish candlestick down there to body close below the structure, so then the 4-hour will be bearish. Then I'm gonna wait for the retest down there to then take the trade to the downside. This, guys, is a beautiful trade. It has a big potential to the downside. So yeah, I'm gonna take it if it presents itself, because also on the daily time frame we have the EMA. So we had a clear rejection off of the EMA. Whenever we are above the EMA, we go to the upside. Whenever we're down, we're rejected to the downside. Now USD CHF. USD CHF is my last pair for next week. This week we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 pairs. 7 pairs, which are a lot. So on USD CHF we had a big push to the downside, weekly slowed down a little bit, bullish candlesticks. Now the daily time frame went from being bearish to now being bullish. I'm gonna wait for the retest of this area of interest here on the 4-hour, resistance, 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 support, daily time frame used as a resistance. So I'm gonna wait for a pullback down here to this area of interest. I'm gonna wait for a clear rejection out of this area of interest and then take the trade to the upside. Take profit would be at this weekly area of interest right here. 1, 2, 3 touches used as a support. So now we're gonna wait for it to use it as a resistance to then maybe continue to the downside. But now I'm gonna take the trade to the upside because it looks like a clear trade to take. We have this beautiful area of interest only 4 hours. These guys were my best pair for next week. I was tired today. It's Saturday to me in Italy. I was tired. I don't know why. Best pair so far, USD CAD to look for the buy to the upside. We have this beautiful zone used as support and resistance before. Weekly, beautiful area of interest. 4 hours, we have some minor areas of interest down here. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for the trade to the upside. AUDJPY, I'm gonna wait for maybe a retest of that area of interest, which includes also the previous structure point on the weekly. Then I'm gonna wait for the rejection to then take the trade to the downside. AUD CAD break, retest, then go short. Even USD is one of my top pairs. Retest, a little retest down there, up there, to then take the trade to the downside. After I will get maybe a bearish engulfing candlestick. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Please go follow me on Instagram. Let's go to 400 followers because we now are more than 300. We are at 310 followers. So please guys, make sure to follow me on Instagram, comment and join my Telegram community in the description. I have a Telegram channel and as well a Telegram community where you guys can speak and stick with me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.